What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with game number 2 between the two powerhouses, Fnatic on the Radiant now and Mouz on the Dire. Fnatic taking game number 1 with a very impressive display of Weaver. Combine that with the fact that Mouz didn't really have any hard lockdown on that Weaver, means that Fnatic just ran circles all around Mouz and had some questionable Rax exchanges, let's say. But hey, it worked out for them in the end, and one misplayed fight from Mouz, one mistake in the late game, and then that costed them the game. Kind of heartbreaking to watch since they were in control for most of that, but then they just kept on going. Nope, no longer in control. They're all gonna die. So Mouz is going to have to recover from being 0-1 in this group. Fnatic, in this set rather, Fnatic is currently 2-1. Mouz are 1-2. So Mouz, they really want to make this happen to hurt Fnatic as well as improve their chances of moving forward. And looks like actually, Mouz, they have their lineup back. Last time they were, what happened? I can't imagine these games were played too far away from each other as far as time goes. But Mouz, I mean, Kochva is still here. But Mouz ran with Kuroki, who was ex-Mouz. He was transferred to Navi, all that stuff. And they also had RMN. But now they have Black and Theta back. Not sure, I guess they were just a little bit late and they missed it. So this is the real Mouz now. So now they're going to get all their shit together, and they're gonna crush Fnatic and bring us to a game number 3. I'm sure of it. I don't know how that happens. I really don't. Mouz, they're gonna open up their picks with the Batrider, Shadow Demon, as well as that Phantom Lancer. So they do have the Shadow Demon Phantom Lancer combination, and you know what that means? That means siege. If this game lasts long enough, then the disruption onto the Phantom Lancer, Manta Style to split off some illusions as well. Send those 4 illusions in, and they're gonna wreak havoc amongst the Fnatic team, who have themselves banned out the Magnus, so they're not going to have that cleave for the Lifestealer. They're going to have to get a lot of AoE somehow to clear off those Phantom Lancer illusions, if not try to bring down the game early. Just push the Phantom Lancer so he's not pushing against you. And Fnatic with the Undying pick, that's definitely going to help them in doing so. Nyx Assassin as well as the Lifestealer. Lifestealer was used by Mouz last game to decent effect. And Fnatic, look at that. What a luxury, having a real stun, Impale. Man, these teams. Get more stuns, guys. Stuns are good. Although, the heroes that are really good with the stuns, they don't really fit in anymore. Kind of a weird situation. I guess Rubik, Nyx Assassin, Wisp. There's like a couple heroes with stuns, but you can see right now we're kind of light on stuns. Really, Nyx Assassin the only one with one. Lasso, I guess, kind of counts, and Disruption doesn't really count because you can't attack someone while they're disrupted. It's set up, but it's not a stun. But, regardless, Nyx Assassin is going to hold down probably the mid lane, I want to say. Although, they do have some strong tri-lane potential with the Lifestealer as well as Undying. That is, however, an all-melee tri-lane. So, that's typically what you want to not have happen, especially when there's a Phantom Lancer and Shadow Demon on the other end, who do have some ranged harassment capabilities. Undying can harass a little bit at range, but really his harassment at range is extremely limited compared to what the Shadow Demon can consistently put out and the burst damage from the Phantom Lancer. So Fnatic probably would want to pick up a support that has a little bit of range just to help out just a little bit in those right-click battles from a distance. Mouz going to ban out some of the lanes from Fnatic, Queen of Pain as well as the Nature's Prophet. Fnatic could just simply go for a Beastmaster mid if they wanted to. Worked very well for them last time, although then they'll have 4 melee heroes, and then that is just going to be a huge mess. You don't really want to deal with that. I don't see Fnatic picking up any more melee heroes, and if they do, then they're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Just because it's going to be so hard to stick to the likes of the Phantom Lancer and Batrider as well. That Tar is going to hit pretty much everyone every single time, since when you're all melee you have to clump up to attack things, and then you're all slowed down. Your turn rate goes to freaking 0, or if you have 0 turn rate, that's really good, isn't it? Your turn rate goes to like 1,000,000, then you can't really function in the battle. Venomancer is going to be the last ban from Mouz, all the while Fnatic banning out some more supports from Mouz, knowing that Mouz need another support to go with their Phantom Lancer Shadow Demon combination. Enchantress might be their last ban out as well. Although Kuroki is no longer on Mouz, or no longer playing on Mouz. in this particular game. Not sure if if anyone else on Mouse Sports is capable of playing Chen Enchantress to a very high level. Croaky was pretty much the one to do it 100% of the time, at least before he was transferred. So they might not even be looking for a hero like that. They might just want to get a play stun with the Shadow Demon. Leshrac, Lina would both be solid combination options with the Disruption. And they also do need another solo lane hero. So we'll see what Mouse Sports want to do with that, and we'll see what Fnatic want to ban out. They seem to think that Mouse Sports want to get another support hero, jungle-oriented. Bane Elementals with a Shadow Demon is some pretty good lockdown, although it's, once again, they're not real stuns, because Nightmare has some, like, invulnerability attached to it. It's going to be a Gyrocopter, actually, to ban out from the mid lane, just in case Mouse Sports want to run the Batrider in the off lane or / jungle, then you'll get rid of that mid lane potential from the Gyrocopter. Never can really go wrong with banning out a Gyrocopter, especially in this day and age of Dota 2, and the Gyrocopter is pretty much what everyone wants to pick up. Even if they don't know that they want to pick it up, or even if they think that it's not going to fit in with their lineup, then they just don't know yet that they want the Gyrocopter, because everyone really does. How could you say no to this guy? He's so adorable.
5 seconds remaining.
He's really not. Phantom Lancer looks a lot more cuddly, but I don't really know. I'm not an expert on cuddly. Oh, I changed my mind. I'm an expert on cuddly because Mouse Sports, they're going to go for the full cuddle lineup. Maybe not the Batrider and Shadow Demon, but definitely the Brewmaster. Look at that guy. He's like a red panda, I want to say. He's red panda except with like really long ears. But Brewmaster is going to be the pick of choice, probably heading towards that mid lane. Fnatic, if they do lane the Nyx Assassin mid, then Brewmaster is definitely going to have the damage advantage. However, Nyx Assassin will be able to control the Brewmaster extremely easily, because Brewmaster does have a very obvious tell as to when he actually is going to cast that clap. His arms raise up, and then it takes a little bit for them to come down. Nyx Assassin, his Spike Carapace has pretty much instant cast range, if not instant. I'm pretty sure it's 0 cast delay. I'm sorry. Or cast animation, so we could pop those out instantly, so we could always return the damage from Brewmaster. And also, he will have that mana burn, so Brewmaster won't be able to get those claps out very frequently. What the Brewmaster will have going for him in that 1v1 mid lane, if it does come to that, is the fact that Brewmaster does have pretty good attack animation, and I believe he has more damage than the Nyx Assassin from level 1, so he will have that going for him as well. Fnatic going to run the Rubik. Once again, it's going to be the tri-lane Rubik Undying Life, so they're very, very solid. Rubik, or Undying versus the Keeper of the Light, it's a small distinction there. But Rubik is just such great setup, and Mouse Sports going to run a Visage. That is going to be their support of choice. I gotta say, I love Visage. You guys know, if you've been watching my videos for, well, I guess only like 3 weeks now was the time that I first put up my first Visage video. But Visage as a support is very, very solid, because he relies on the burst damage of the lane, like the way that the lane's going in order to deal his damage. And since ideally you want to lane him in a try-versus-try situation, that means the burst damage is always going to be there. That means his soul assumption meter is going to fill extremely quickly. Even though Phantom Lancer and Shadow Demon don't have the highest of burst, Phantom Lancer has some burst. It really doesn't matter, because the enemy team with their retaliation spells are going to be generating a lot of damage, and that means Visage, his nuke is going to hit extremely hard. So tri-lane of Visage, Phantom Lancer, and Shadow Demon could be very, very dangerous for Team Fnatic. They do have the Life Stealer to dodge that very, very slow projectile of that soul assumption, so they're going to be able to mitigate a little bit of that damage, and of course Undying is incredibly tanky on top of that. However, I do have to say that I like Mouse Sports' tri-lane just a little bit more. It's really going to depend on how the setups actually happen, and who initiates on who, and how many decays, or how many people with the decay is Undying going to hit. So Fnatic do still need that hard lane hero. And who's it going to be? Could be the Lone Druid, get a little bit more damage going. They're going to have to most likely go up against a Batrider, and really, if you're picking for that, your choices are really limited. Could go for a Clockwork as well, or Silencer. Huh. Who is the hard lane hero then? That is... I don't even. I don't even this game, guys. Silencer, another support hero, could be played as a carry, will have a lot of damage. I guess they just really wanted his ultimate. if you shut down the ultimate from the Batrider as well as the Brewmaster, then Silencer with that global silence has pretty much earned his keep for the entire game. But the problem right now for Fnatic is how are they going to lane this? I guess they could run a throwaway lane, which you never really ideally want to do, but we'll see. Lanes for Mouz are a little bit easier to predict than the likes of Fnatic, but I do like how the Silencer fits in against the other team. I just don't like how he fits in with his own team as far as the laning is concerned. But in the end, we will see if Fnatic can make that work. We have Beta on Team Mouz playing that Brewmaster, heading towards the mid lane. Black is going to be hard carrying that Phantom Lancer. Alex is going to be supporting as a Shadow Demon. Kochkova is going to be playing that Batrider. He is not officially on Mouz Sports, although I think they might be just trying him out. That leaves, of course, Pass on that Visage. On the Fnatic side, we see Fly playing that Rubik. No Tail is going to be playing the Undying. Hani on the Nyx Assassin. Trixie following up on the Silencer. And Ira is going to be on that Lifestealer. How do you have wrong chat? Mind games. It's mind games. Definitely mind games. Yeah, so it is looking to be like a aggressive tri-lane for Fnatic. Going up against the defensive tri-lane for Mouz. Mouz will have the advantage in that lane once they deward that. If they do deward that, they do have the Sentry Ward, so they'll be able to deward that pretty easily. And it looks like it's actually going to be Trixie or Hani. Hani usually plays mid. Who do they want to lane mid? They know it's going to be the Brewmaster. Curse of the Silent will wreck Brewmaster, just saying. But Trixie, yeah, he's going to head down towards the bot lane. Going to go up against the Batrider. Oh, that's going to be rough for Silencer. His orbs are going to be very, very damaging against the Batrider, but if Batrider gets those tar stacks, then he can very, very easily go for the Silencer, who doesn't even have 500 HP at level 1. So really, Silencer's going to have to control the lane from the get-go, or else Kochkova is going to just stack up the tar and then go for the kills. So we got to keep our eye on that lane. Mid lane, I've already analyzed pretty much how it's going to work. Yeah, confirmed, Veda does have more base damage than Hani. Hani without that level 1 Spike Carapace is going to take a lot of harassment damage from Beta, so the Brewmaster should have the edge in this lane, so it's up to Mouz Sports to win their other lanes, and we can already see Trixie opening up with that last word, has a giant cooldown attached to it. However, it does do some pretty substantial damage. This lane could have some potential for kills, but Black already in a huge amount of trouble. Friendly Disruption is going to come out and Pass with that Grave Chill as well. Black is just barely going to make it out alive. It's going to be close. He is going to survive. 70 HP. No Tail taking some heavy damage, as does Fly. But in the end, it is going to be the Phantom Lancer walking back out of there with his life. Tango's only one salve available. Looks like they want to save that for a later day. Phantom Lancer will be able to restore his HP, but in the meantime, that engagement has, for the moment at least, won Fnatic the lane, because now Ira is getting all the experience that he wants, and really, the Fnatic side needs to have more things go their way than Mouz Sports, because they don't have access to the pull, even though, ooh, wait, Mouz Sports, this is okay, counter ward, so these camps will spawn now, and they will be able to pull at a later date. However, Black really is scared to walk up. He's frightened because of this telekinesis from the Rubik, combined with the open wounds, and he knows that there is already a sentry ward on the ground, doesn't know where it is, and do they even have any more sentries? They do have one more sentry, so they can deward, although that's really not going to be all that worth it. It's just probably better to just wait for it to time out. So Black can't really step up because he can't rely on his double walk to actually escape that. So his farm is going to be a little bit restricted, and now we see Fly as well as Ira looking for blood on Alex. They're just going to use the Fade Bolt to jack that big wolf. Really nothing you could do about that, as the Shadow Demon, the aggro, is going to be pulled out as well. So these creeps are not going to be denied by any sort of neutral camp. The top lane is just going to continue as such. Got to watch out for a little bit of aggression. However, Feda in the mid lane, well, they both actually have their bottle. 7-2 versus 9-2. Brewmaster is going to start getting his mana burn eventually, although mana burn not yet picking up on the Nyx Assassin. I guess level 4 is definitely going to be a point of mana burn. I don't see him picking up anything else, because Brewmaster, even though he doesn't have much intelligence, it will be hit very hard from that mana burn. There you go. Now the mana burn will commence. Hani, burn the mana. Come on, don't make me wrong. Okay, I'm wrong, I guess. I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? Gonna use that Impale to really harass back Veda. Ooh, Hani missing that Spike Carapace. Gotta have really quick fingers with that Spike Carapace. Maybe next time. Black once again getting some strength taken away from him, and the open wounds is on Black. Can he get lifted back into the sentry ward range? He's going to make it out with the doppelwalk, giving him some extra movement speed, and now the tombstone is going to drop as well. Only 200 HP on that fire. What is fire? Is that Brewmaster? Is fire? Yeah, okay, fire is a Brewmaster spirit. I thought it was like fire aspect or something like that. I don't know. But another attempt is ultimately going to fail on this top lane for Fnatic. Going to give a little bit of extra gold to Mouz with the destruction of that tombstone. And Trixie going toe-to-toe with the Batrider is actually doing not as bad as I thought he was going to do. Batrider does have more CS, but really it's those magic stick charges that means that these last words are going to constantly fly out. Silencer not doing too bad this lane. But Kochka, as long as he keeps spamming out that sticky nade palm, he's going to be able to get kills on Trixie. However, he's got to worry about that last word. Last word isn't really going to worry him too much about that disarm, since you can just nade palm that out. But still, Trixie going to go strong onto Kochka. Those orb walks, will it be enough damage? He's going to proc the damage immediately. One more hit will do it. Trixie on the chase, and Kochka getting caught off a little bit. Oh no, Hani though, holding on to that impale, needs that impale. Kochka is going to get stunned and impaled. Beautifully played by Hani. That was perfection right there. Using the Spike Carapace, walking into the Firefly, therefore stunning the Batrider for just 0.6 seconds, then throwing out a max range impale. Oh my god, that was just picturesque. It was, I can't even think of words to describe it. That was just beautifully played. Then, of course, Trixie was in the area as well, and now he does have that extra intelligence boost. In the meantime, top lane Black in a lot of trouble. He's going to get healed substantially from that Magic Wand, and Ira he does not have enough damage to actually kill him off. Pos doing the right-click damage versus No-Tail is going to soul rip himself, so he should be fine. Lance is going to fly out, is going to kill him off. Black snagging that kill, and it is going to be 2 kills for Mouz in exchange for just 1 from Fnatic. Wait, no, Fnatic didn't get anything. It was 2 free kills on Mouz. Black managed to survive, never mind. So they're tri-lane coming together just a little bit. My apologies for missing the early part of that engagement, and the early part really is the most important part, since that really determines when the disruption drops down, and therefore how much damage is going to be mitigated, how much of that opens wounds slow duration is going to be burned out in the disruption. So I apologize for that. I was just too impressed with Hani's play in that bottom rune area. Now he's going to start to dominate this Brewmaster because he does have that gold advantage, level advantage. No, actually the gank down in that bottom rune area was beneficial for Hani, yes, but the Brewmaster was in the lane the entire time. Now he's level 7. He's going to race Fly to that rune, and it is going to be a double damage rune. Fly, though, in a lot of trouble. Clap into split could mean the death of this Rubik. They're not going to chase that, though. Just going to keep heading up towards that top lane. Fnatic, they got to fall back in this one. They cannot fight against 3 heroes and 4 heroes with the Brewmaster being one of them. You cannot do that. But Kochka, dying very early in this game, has not hit his level 6 mark, whereas the Silencer has hit his level 7 mark. So now his nuke is maxed out. The cooldown reduction on that is immense, dropping it to 1/3 of its original cooldown. And of course you have a 300 damage nuke, which is not bad at all. 6-second silence means that the Batrider is not going to cast any of that tar, and if you could somehow get him without the Firefly, then his escape is also eliminated. And more importantly, most importantly perhaps, is that global silence is now up. So this Fnatic tri-lane, although it did get squished a little bit in that initial fight where they dropped 2 heroes in exchange for none, next time it won't really go like that, because that global silence will fly, and oh my god, Trixie getting another kill on this Batrider. Teleportation coming in. It's going to be Fada looking for that clap, while the Trixie is just going to walk on out of there. But yeah, the tri-lane does have essentially another hero attached to it, and the Batrider dropping yet again. This Batrider not having a good time versus the Silencer. I wouldn't expect the Silencer to dominate the lane that much. I would have expected it to be fairly even based on how each player was playing. And I guess Trixie was just playing a little bit better, although we'll see. Batrider has fallen behind substantially, and Trixie now with 4 extra intelligence. Another point in that Glaze of Wisdom means that 60% now of his intelligence is going to be translated into damage, so Kochka is going to be taking even more of that orb walk damage, and he's got to watch out because this nuke hits very, very hard. He's going to pop it immediately so he doesn't get caught with his pants down, so I do like that decision, but really that decision isn't going to win him this lane. Unless, of course, he gets help from the Brewmaster. He's going to circle around. Rune is not yet going to spawn. Another 30 seconds until that happens. Hani, in the meantime, level 7 on his own. He does now have his Vendetta. So the tri-lane on top for the Mouz side got to be a little bit careful for initiation there. Although they do have some sentry wards set up already. I guess that was just for de-warding purposes, keeping black safe. And he hasn't died, so I guess that also kind of worked. But any initiation from Hani, Vendetta initiation, isn't going to fly there. Trixie doing some pulls by himself, has picked up the intreads. Ring of Basilius is up as well. 800 gold on him. We'll see if he wants to go for something like a mech, or just go straight for a damage roll. I don't think I've actually seen Trixie play the silencer. He's definitely playing it like he wants to, well, he's definitely getting a lot more farm. So I would guess that means a damage roll, maybe a 4-staff, something like that. Although, you know, a quick mech is also a viable option on him. We'll see. We'll see. Trixie really has all the options in the world, and Hani on this top lane now looking for initiation. It is going to be a 3 versus 4, actually a 5 versus 4 with that global silence as well. This tri-lane from Mouz is in a huge amount of trouble. No-Tail going to circle around. Observer War gets planted down. They spot everyone from Mouse Boys trying to hide in the trees, but the Tombstone won't have any of that. If they decide to engage, you're going to take a little bit of lance damage to start things off. Where's the initiation? Hani going to reveal himself on this lane. Do they want to dive this? They can, although there's no creep wave. Ira's going to try to clear this off as much as possible, and then the aggressive tower dive is going to commence because now everyone from Mouse Boards is revealed. Ira needs to clear these off a little bit quicker because the dire creep wave is coming. Then it's going to make things very, very hairy, but still, there it is. Hani going to get initiation onto black. Doesn't have any mana. Open wounds are up, but there's the disruption instantly. Tombstone is up. Global silence preventing the Brewmaster from splitting. They don't have any more follow-ups, so the Brewmaster will get a split off if he does want to, but no one else is actually nearby, and the Tombstone is going to feed even more gold towards this time the Shadow Demon. Everyone from Fnatic, they have to run away, although Vendetta up on the Nyx Assassin looks like he wants more blood. Who's he going to go for? He really can't afford to go for anyone. Shadow Demon maybe, but doesn't know if that disruption is up again. Hani just looking for a couple of options, and he is going to find Alex. Oh, Alex. There it is. There's the Vendetta hit. No disruption. Impale. Plus 1 punch from the Undying. He's going to go down. But in the meantime, Fada as well as Paz, now with the Familiars up, they're going to find Hani. Instantly slowed down by that Grave Chill. The slam to follow as well. Despite Carapace a little bit too late to dodge that damage, he's going to drop. There's a Soul Assumption flying, hitting hard onto Fly, but there's really no more follow-up. Unless they get a Spirit Lance into the Familiar stuns, it's not going to be enough. But Mouse Sports taking off that Nyx Assassin for free. A little bit too aggressive from Fnatic. In the meantime, the bot lane, Kochua running away once again from Trixie. That Global Silence really helping out that top dive just a lot, but really there wasn't enough creep. There weren't enough creeps there. There wasn't enough meat in order to absorb those tower shots. In the end, it would have been a little bit too risky, especially with the instant teleportation coming in from the Brewmaster. They did not want to fight against a split. Really, early game, you never want to fight against a split because it just does so much damage. Now No-Tail in a lot of trouble. Paz has him completely cornered. Black is going to get decayed, although there's a Soul Assumption, and No-Tail taking so much damage from those Familiars. These guys do crazy damage. In case you guys didn't know, these Familiars will wreck you, especially once they're, well, really only when their damage charges are full. They will mess you up. Trixie in a lot of trouble. There's Firefly, and this Lasso is up as well. Trixie going to get pulled right back in. Fada now just want to use a split. Doesn't have enough mana. Got to pop those stick charges, although with the double damage rune, swatting down that silencer. Doesn't even need to. Brewmaster just holding on to a split, not because he can't get it out, but just because he's not finding the opportunities and he doesn't want to. So no splits yet from Fada. But we'll see when he wants to cast that, because now it's going to be a lot easier. Blink Dagger is up on him, skipping the Arcane Boots, so he's going to be a little bit strapped for mana. I don't think there are any Arcane Boots on his team either. Yeah, so Brewmaster's going to have to rely on smart usage of his mana in order to actually get that split off. But he's really not finding the opportunities to do so. Black's still on this top lane, 60 CS for 8 denies versus the 56 for Lifestealer. The Phantom Lancer as well as the Brewmaster having some pretty large effects for Mouse Sports. Brewmaster just walking around. His sheer presence really is enough to force out a Global Silence, if not more spells from the Fnatic side. Silencer, though, level 10 is going to head towards that mech and fly. Still not yet level 6. That's what happens when you're on aggressive tri-lane. You don't really get that much. You don't even get any experience at all because those pulls aren't happening. You don't have any pull available to you. Ira on this mid lane has moved down here, going to try to get a little bit more extra farm. He will find it as well. Swapping positions with Hani. I guess they just decided that the mana burn is enough to keep Black back, and Hani's going to be just fine in this top lane because the support from Mouse Sports has left. Shadow Demon is in this mid lane. Visage is moving back up here, does have the birds up available as well. They can go for a kill on this Nyx Assassin, although with the Vendetta it is going to be a little bit difficult because there are no sentry wards on Mouse, and there is one on the Visage, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to actually place that effectively. Hani can reveal the fact that he is there, completely spotted out by these Brewmaster illusions. Not good, guys. I'm running out of water. This game better not last too long. Why do I always start casts with my water cup half full? It makes no sense. The lance onto No Tails. Where's the Grave Chill? There's the Grave Chill. Tombstone or no Tombstone. No Tails not tanking up to tank these Visage Familiars combined with the damage from the Phantom Lancer. And he's going to die. Very, very easy pickoff from Mousesports and Fnatic. They do have the Silencer working very well for them, and they do have the Lyster who's getting a decent amount of farm. There goes a stun onto Beta. Once again, doesn't have enough damage. The Flame Break going to push them back, saving Beta once again. Although I think he would have been okay with just saving with Kojqva. I think Beta would have been okay with Kojqva not casting that. They would have gotten the split off, and that probably would have meant the kill, at least onto that Nyx Assassin. Fly going to move right in. Level 3 Fade Bolt, sorry. Still no Spell Steal up on that Rubik. But Hani has already burned his invisibility. They're not going to catch Mousesports by surprise. However, Sentry Ward on the high ground is going to spot him out whenever he does come out. But all these heroes in the mid lane means that Black has some free time on this top lane. He has gone for Yasha, so a little bit more damage on his illusions, combined with a little bit more movement speed on himself. I expect a Diffusal follow-up shortly after. Black is starting to get a couple of big items on the board. And Trixie, he almost is at his mech, and he does have a lot of intelligence as well. 4 stolen 14 minutes into the game doesn't seem like a big number, and really it's not, but just the fact that he usually Silencers won't have pretty much anything means that he will have a large edge over a different Silencer in similar situations. No Tail is on the run from Kojqva, getting some pretty heavy tar stacks on him. Bat Rider with no Blink Dagger, really not much of anything on him. Got shut down really hard by that solo bot lane Silencer. He cannot initiate with the Blink Dagger for a very, very long time. And I don't even think it's going to be at least 20 minutes unless the Bat Rider gets just like complete free farm. But he's going to move down to this bot lane. They're going to initiate onto Trixie. He's going to try to teleport himself out. These birds are silenced, and Trixie is going to take, oh, not enough damage. He's going to teleport out of there just fine. Silencer burning the Global Silence to save himself. You usually want to save that Global Silence for fights. Using it to save allies, even though it may be successful, is usually not that great of a decision because of Global Silence's huge cooldown. So now Mousesports, they could actually just go for this push. If the Global Silence was still up, then mass teleportation from Fnatic will force Mousesports back immediately. But now with the Primal Split, that's not going to be interrupted. There's going to be no chance for Fnatic to actually counter this push. Brewmaster is going to get himself a little bit more gold, 700 gold on him. Possibly go for his Arcane Boots right now, although he might just want to skip those entirely. I do think it'll be pretty good for him just so he doesn't find himself without any mana, especially versus this Nyx Assassin. Alex solo on this mid lane, trying to hold off this push. He's going to do so successfully with those 3 points in Shadow Poison. Interested in purely in the damage, not as much in the setup potential of his team. Really, you don't really need the curse if you don't have that guaranteed setup. Visage isn't really going to do it for you. So, going for the correct build in this particular situation, in my opinion. It's also going to help him scout out a whole bunch. 10 Black on the top lane, still with 2,300 gold in the bank. Holding on to a lot of it. It's probably going to be the Diffusal once again. Really need to get that mana burn. Let's see, Electro Illusions do so much damage. I don't know. Oh, there's the Blink Clap in from No Tail. No Tail's completely surrounded in those pandas. And yeah, I guess Fire was the name of the Brewling, except one's a boar now. And Brewmaster wants to make a little bit more usage out of his ultimate, gonna spin up the Lysoda into the air. Once again, this Undying taking another death. That's his 4th death, and he doesn't even have that level 6. Blink in from Beta, very aggressive for that clap. He does have a haste rune though, so he's just gonna run out of there. But Mousesports getting a free pickoff. Ultimate only used for that Undying. I mean, he got the kill, so why not? But of course, there is a large cooldown associated with that as well. So Mousesports, their team fight is extremely diminished, and Global Silence is going to be up. So if Fnatic want to take a fight, this will be their chance to do so. Hani, though, is not here, and that's the Fnatic team's guaranteed stun alongside that Rubik Telekinesis. They're going to make a push regardless, however. Lasso is up on the Bat Rider, 1,000 gold on him, so he's getting a little bit closer to his Blink Dagger. But really, the tower is starting to take some damage. Flame Break going to do a little bit of damage to Era. Not pushing anyone back towards the tower. There's another last word as Kojqva is forced to pop off the Firefly. Well, this could be really bad. Without Firefly, Mousesports, it's a lot of damage restricted. Teleportation coming in, all 5 in the mid lane for Mousesports. Oh, actually just 4. Black still in the top lane farming. Fortification popping off. They want to kill this siege creep, and they will do so successfully. This tower is slowly getting chipped away. as I experience frame rate lag. Oh, come on, computer. Come on, you can do it. There you go, there you go. Okay, everything's fine. Anti-siege from Mouse Sports is commencing. Black isn't even here, is not interested in coming here. Familiars on the front lines, gotta be careful with those. There's a tombstone being dropped down. Pos is going to get engaged upon, no telekinesis however, and the tower is going to drop. The tombstone's still alive however, there's no one nearby. Pos gonna get slowed down by the open moon. Stun is going to happen onto a couple of zombies, but Pos is already dead. The familiars are going to get out of there just fine. Tombstone being used, pretty much wasted actually, just forcing everyone from Mouz back, and that did buy enough time to get that tier 1 tower. However, Black in the meantime, with his defusal blade up as well, has picked up a tower of his own on the top lane. So in the end, it is a 1-for-1 trade. Mouse Sports also though losing Visage, so it I guess does go a little bit more in favor of Fnatic, but Black got so much free time to farm, and Black is one of those players that you never want to get free, you never want to let get free farm. Because he just, once he gets a little bit of farm, then he's going to get just so much more. Give him an inch and he takes a mile, this guy. He is just absurdly proficient at being that #1 role. Black, in my opinion, one of the best #1 role players in the Euro scene, at least, possibly the world, although I don't really watch that much Asian Dota, so I don't really know the quality of those carry players. I'm sure they're good. They have to be good. If they're not good, then it's not Asian Dota, right? Black is just getting so much money right now. Now he's dangerous with that defusal blade. He gets solo kills, especially on the likes of Trixie. If he doesn't have a teleportation scroll, hell, even the Undying has a lot more, actually lower health than the Silencer. Top lane tower is being whittled down slowly but surely. Era on the front lines with that armlet should bring down this tower, although he's going to have to worry about some Phantom Illusions banning, killing off his mana pool. Not going to be in time, however. Era does manage to take down that tower, and Mouse Sports losing 2 towers in the span of like 1 minute. They're going to go for Blink, Clap, Veda, going to get a split off the global silence a little bit too late, and Era is going to get punished for that. He does have his mech and Koshva on the run, going to pop off anything he can. No, he's not able to cast anything. The slow is too crippling. Pass also lifted into the air. He's going to drop as well. No, defensive disrupting, going to buy himself a little bit more time. The soul shuffle is there. No, Era is there with one more right click, and Hani is in the middle of everything. Veda going to return back to his Brewmaster form, but there's 4 angry heroes from Fnatic on the other end. And even though the global silence didn't hit that Brewmaster, it doesn't matter because Mouse Sports are going to get completely wiped with Trixie with that global silence. Ensuring that Mouse Sports can't do anything to follow up that Brewmaster initiation. As beautiful, as perfect as that Brewmaster initiation was, there's no follow-up from Mouse Sports because of that global silence. Silencer is a pretty good hero, guys. This just in, you don't want to play against Silencer when he has a global silence up and available, and Mouse Sports crumbled. Fnatic taking a complete team wipe in exchange for only a Silencer, and on top of that they get 2 towers. A huge victory for Fnatic, and it is right now not looking good for Mouz as all their advantage just suddenly evaporated, bringing the gold advantage to Fnatic by like 10 gold, and the XP looking the exact same way. Mouse Sports were looking very good up to that one fight, but a perfect global silence from Fnatic, and everyone from Fnatic just, you know, filed right in and just demolished Mouse Sports because they couldn't cast anything. Very satisfying to see, especially if you are a Fnatic fan or a Fanatic. Okay, I should really stop doing that shit. It's not funny. It's just not. I'm pretty sure fan comes from the word fanatic, actually. If you're like a fan of something, then you're a fanatic of it. I'm pretty sure that is the origin of that word. Although I might just be completely wrong. But yeah, that is going to get the Lifestealer enough money for a Desolator. Let's see what other item progression we have. Oh my god. Primal Split on Rubik. Level 2 Primal Split as well. Oh, that's dangerous. That is incredibly dangerous. Undying still doesn't have anything. He's a support hero. And Trixie actually going to go for a Necro Book. Very interesting. Necro Book as well as the mech. He is definitely playing a more support-oriented Silencer. Necro Book does give him some decent intelligence, and he's even getting some pretty good intelligence from his Glaives of Wisdom. But the True Sight's definitely going to be useful against the Phantom Lancer. The Mana Burn will be very good against the Brewmaster, who is getting engaged upon by his own aspects. Already the Phantom Lancer has gone down. Era doing the damage for that. Pass on the run. There's enough damage to kill him. The Decay as well as one more Boulder will kill him off. No Tail with a double kill after having killed the Phantom Lancer beforehand. And everyone from Mouse Sports forced to run out of there. A little bit of a surprise of that split coming out from Rubik. Now the Fnatic train will continue to keep chugging out along. Wait, there was an Archer aura? Who has... Oh, they have multiple Necro Books. Nyx Assassin, the only hero that I didn't have a chance to click on. And he has a Necro Book as well. Fnatic gonna go for mass Necro Books, burn the mana, and just, try to kill Mouz through swamping them with units. It works, man. It works. Especially when they can't cast anything, because they're just being forced to run, and you can't really run away when there's that many things in your way, especially with all the slows, the actual stuns that Fnatic have, like what a luxury stuns. Not exactly Dagon, not as fun as a Dagon, but it's just as much effective, if not more effective. Actually, mathematically, Necrobook is more effective than a Dagon, just because a couple of hits from those, and that does more damage than the level 1 Dagon. Just saying, guys, if you are thinking of getting Dagon, you might want to get Necrobook. Help your team a lot more with that aura. Trixie! Trixie. What are you doing, Trixie, please? Breaking the smoke. Good thing familiars have crap range on their vision. But Trixie is going to be bait, I guess. Oh, no, they're going to run straight into someone. Kojva going to get his wounds opened. However, he blinks away immediately. Tombstone is dropped, and there's a blink clap from the Brewmaster. Going to go straight for Fly, who's going to drop in an instant. Where's the Global Silence? Not up. Down for another minute. Ira on the run. Going to take very heavy hit from that Soul Assumption. He's going to drop as well. Phantom Lance, Spirit Lance onto No-Tail, burning all of his mana. Trixie going to try to clear out those illusions, but already 2 are down from Fnatic, and now Black on the run from Hani, who is chasing him. He's going to pop out Spike Carapace. Is there anything else to disrupt this Flame Break? Not enough mana to do so, because Kojva got all of his mana burned by these Necrobook illusions, or Necrobook units. And Fnatic not taking a good fight there. Mousesports getting the jump on them and catching Fnatic without their Global Silence. It's something that they really need to do. Okay, the Nyx Assassin wasn't done yet. I thought he got away. What? I guess he wasn't really done. Hani, wait. Oh no! Those are Necro... He did get a... Wait. What? Kill him with Necrobook illusions. Okay. Necrobook, guys. It does more damage than a Dagon. Exactly the point I was trying to make. Thank you, Hani. Thank you for showing everyone who is watching that that is in fact true. Mousesport's getting much better initiation off that time because they avoided the Global Silence. However, they cannot do that again. They don't have the split, and Trixie does have that Global Silence, and now the Necrobooks, level 1 as well as a level 2. It's a lot of extra units. The attack speed aura is going to help immensely, but the tower is already, well, not dead yet, but it will die very shortly. Mousesports can't do anything about this. Fnatic could simply go down to the bot lane and take that tier 2 tower, or they could go for Roshan. Level 3 book is up. Maiden Lynch does have his Mantis style Diffusal Blade, so he is pretty darn stacked. However, the AoE from Fnatic and the Global Silence into isolating the Phantom Lance from using that Doppelwalk, will that be enough to actually counter that off? Batrider looking for initiation, going to pull someone to the high ground. Who's it going to be? Should be Hani. No, should be Trixie, definitely. Pushing back everyone. They now do know that people are there. The stomp. One stomp is going to happen, but Lifesteal already has picked up the Roshan, killing off one of the birds. Tombstone as well on the high ground just to spot it out, but the Roshan has already been killed, forcing out the book from the Nyx Assassin, I believe. Yeah, Nyx Assassin did burn his book there, but Roshan picked up, and Mousesports lost their opportunity. The flame break from Kojka was meant to push someone up to the high ground without him actually using his lasso up. They didn't actually want to. Oh no, that should not have happened. Give me another 100 gold to the Undying because of those Tombstone zombies. Visage is, well, he does have his familiars up again. He will have his mech shortly, but the Silencer has had the mech for a very long time, and he already does have another item on top of that. He should have level 2 book flying in as well. Yes, he does. So these Necro units are going to stack up and be very, very dangerous. Mousesports, though, seem to be a little bit fearless. The Global Silence was burned without an engagement, so I guess that's why Mousesports didn't or couldn't make an engagement happen on that Roshan. However, Ira seems to be fearless, going to get a little bit of mana burned out from him, going to go straight behind the tower and try to clear off this creep wave. If Mousesports want to take a fight, this is the time to do it because they have all their ultimates, and the Global Silence is down. However, Feta going to get silenced from this last word. That's going to be 6 seconds at least where he cannot do anything, or at least can't cast his ultimate to start off this fight. But if they want to take a fight, this is the time to do it, because everything is down from Fnatic and everything is up from Mousesports. You're not going to get any more powerful in this as in compared to the enemy team, but these Necro units just flooding through, and you gotta run from these because all the mana is going to get zapped away from Feta. These Necro units just chasing them back. 50 damage, 80 damage. Man, Fnatic are making an army. There used to be in Dota, like when in tournaments and stuff like that, tournaments would place custom rules over how many necrobooks you can get. I believe it was 3, might have been 2 necrobooks allowed per team. And also they had those rules for like sheepstick and stuff like that. But yeah, those items are pretty darn good. Sheepstick is, you guys I'm sure know, Sheepstick is pretty much what wins games. And Necrobook, although you don't see it as much as Sheepstick, it is still an incredibly powerful tool. Mousesports don't really have any of those huge AoE spells that just kill things without even targeting them, like Epicenter or Ravage. But still, just having that much stuff in the way and having that much constant physical damage being poured onto them, that's a huge nuisance, especially with the Vlad's offering now picked up. Those book units are going to be incredibly potent from Fnatic, and they're just going to make a straight push down the tier 2s on the bottom lane. Aegis is still up on the Lifestealer for another 3-4 minutes. Yeah, it is. All their books are up and available, and the Global Silence, most importantly, is up as well. So Mousesports, if they want to fight this, they are not going to win just because of that Global Silence, as well as all those book units. Coach Bud going to make a wall of fire, pushing the units a little bit further in, but Yura going to open up on that tower, and the Desolator is up on him. He's going to be able to tear that down very, very easily. Once a Blink Lasso happens, Yura should be able to take this tower and get out of there with his life. Dropping down very dangerously low, actually. The Armlet burning a lot of his HP, but Mousesports unwilling to fight that, unable to fight that, because they know if that they jump in, they're instantly going to get Global Silence, and then they're just going to crumble. So Mousesports lost their opportunity to make a fight happen in this mid lane area, and now they have to pick off the Silencer. If Kojkva is going to dive in, he has to dive in on that Silencer. However, if he does do that, then he's going to have to be wary of these stuns coming out from Fly, coming out from the Nyx Assassin. Oh, Nyx Assassin is looking for blood, by the way. But yeah, his lasso has to be successful, because if he gets that, then he has enough damage with his team to kill off the Silencer before he gets that Global Silence, or at least dump off as many spells as they possibly can so that Global Silence isn't that effective. Black in a lot of trouble. There's the initiation. Do they have True Sight? Are they going for the right one? They were going for the wrong one, actually. Black is going to try to teleport away, but I don't like his chances right now. Black is going to drop the Mana Burn of the Nyx Assassin. Brutal combination, that Nyx Assassin as well as the Lifestealer. Mousesports drop one. Fnatic find themselves a little bit of an opening. And with that Phantom Lancer dead, they can make a very aggressive push down this mid lane. It's another 40 seconds, and Phantom Lancer has spent all his money to buy a Reaver, so he can't buy back. Fnatic, they're going to push it. They know that they have the stronger team fight, and they are correct in assuming so. No Tail finally hit his level 2 Flesh Golem, which is that much more damage amplification. They're going to go straight for it. Veda going to take a last word, a little bit of initial damage from that. Use that Drunken Haze onto Ira. We're just going to use that Rage. Pop that off. Completely safe for a little bit more. Tower taking some damage, although Ira going to get disrupted. Retaliating with that last word. Brewmaster going to pop an Illusion Rune. Is there a gem? They had a gem. There's the gem onto Hani. And also level 3 Necrobook units. There's initiation, it is blink forward for Ira. There's the Global Silence, however, Black cannot get anything off. He's going to split out of it. Last word on him as well. Ira going to focus Black down, and Black is going to die in an instant. Kojva also stunned up because of that spike. Carapace Tombstone is going to get focused, however, yeah, it will actually die, but all the Necro units are still alive. Veda going to blink straight through for his split. He is going to get off successfully despite the stun attempt from Hani, but these Brewlings aren't going to be able to do much. Already, Storm aspect is dead, Fire aspect very low, and Earth aspect on the run. Alex is also on the run. Everyone from Fnatic is still alive. The Aegis is still up onto life, so he's life-stealing everything back from this very high HP of that Brewling. And now Veda going to get impaled, and he's going to be the next one to drop. Trixie taking some heavy damage from those Familiars, but it's not enough. Pos in the middle of everything. You do not want to be there, and he's going to go down because of it. Huge Vendetta hit onto Alex. Hani doesn't have enough damage to actually kill him off, but Kojva is now in a little bit of trouble because the Brewlings have been stolen by Rubik, who is in that form. He's doing work onto Kojva. One more right click will do him in. Hani gets that kill. Fly is now going to resume his Rubik form, but it doesn't really matter because the mid-racks have already been taken. Mousesports don't take that fight, and Fnatic did think that they had more in the way of team fight, and they were correct in assuming so, I said, and really it just showed because they bulldozed their way through Mousesports. They casted the Global Silence, they picked off Black immediately, forcing out the buyback? No, he didn't even have buyback, so Black was out of that fight from minute 1. Then on top, and then once that happens, it was just easy cleanup for Fnatic. They lost the Rubik, yes, but Rubik is expendable. He's the pure support hero. Trixie stayed alive, the Era stayed alive, and really that's all you need. Mouse Sports lose 1 Rax. They still have their range barracks down, but as soon as you lose your melee, your range racks are soon to follow. Global Silence is up in another 30 seconds. Split was also stolen by the Rubik, which helped immensely. He died, however, so he does not have that spell with him anymore. If he did not die, then that would have been huge, because he would have had the split by the time the next fight occurred as well. Oh, Lifestealer, well, I don't know if I like this or not. He's going for a Battle Fury to try to cleave through the Phantom Lancer illusions. I guess that's the correct thing to do. You have enough damage, and you have enough, like, you know, just focus to kill off everyone else, so you don't really need more damage. It does also give some pretty good damage. So yeah, I guess, no, wait. Okay, I'm wrong. Lincoln Sphere. Protect himself from the lasso, from the disruption, from the Spirit Lance. It'll protect you against a lot of things. Although I do like the Battle Fury a little bit better than the Lincoln Sphere, gotta say. Fnatic gonna push down the mid lane. They just want to take this range Rax. Usually teams are okay with letting that range Rax go. It's not worth getting into a messy team fight and losing because of that. Silencer level 17. Level 3 is up on the Global Silence. Level 3 book as well. Are they going for any more books? Because that'll be... Oh, yes they are. Hell yeah they are. No Tail's going to get one as well. I love it from Fnatic. I just love it. I'm sure if Rubik had money, he would be going for one as well. Hani gonna get spotted out. Instant blink away. Infest has been used from Era. Range backs are going to drop. Mouse Sports not going to fight this one off, because they know that Fnatic are just going to fall right on back after they get this. As they do. So now they save all of their team fight for the upcoming fight. However, they're still going to be going up against Global Silence, and Veda does not have that level 3 on that Primal Split. He's nowhere near his Aghanim Scepter. And Mouse Sports, they're just looking incredibly weak right now, despite the fact that Phantom Lancer does have a lot going for him and is applying pressure to that bottom lane. I don't think they could take this team fight, because once again they're up against Global Silence. Brewmaster's going to have to initiate, and Hani has been he's been really fast on those impales. Not fast enough, unfortunately. It's pretty damn hard to be fast enough with those. Era's going to take some heavy damage. Lincoln Sphere being popped off. There's initiation Koshva. Oh, he was so close. What got stolen? What got stolen? What got stolen? Sticky Napalm. But he almost grabbed Trixie. He go in again, just 5 seconds, but Trixie, he knows that the Blink Dagger is down. Getting a new Kochva once again, delaying that initiation for a little bit more time pass. Can get really close to Era. There's trading a little bit of greetings right there, but the Necrobook Illusions chasing back that Brewmaster. There's the Global Silence. Where's the fight, however? Trixie's getting wailed upon by Black's Illusions. He's taking so much damage. Mech already being forced out. And everyone from Fnatic, they have to run a defensive Global Silence to cover their retreat. However, Raxes have already been taken. Where was the damage from that? How the hell did they do that? I guess it was, yeah, must have been Era doing the damage and then infesting out into Hani. But again, the melee Raxes get taken. Mouse Sports, they burn the Global Silence without burning their own ultimate. So now they do have a little bit of an opening. However, they're 1.5 set of Raxes down. Everyone from Fnatic is going to retreat, and if Mouse Sports are going to make a play, then this is the time to do it, because they have a Phantom Lancer who's incredibly stacked, should have his heart. He's going to save for buyback, which is the correct decision, but he could get his heart, or he's very close to his heart. Ah, he does have his heart, and he saved for buyback. No, he doesn't have buyback. Black's incredibly stacked, the Global Silence is down, and really, that's pretty much all you could ask for. I guess you could wait a little bit more until the Brewmaster gets to level 16, or you could go for Roshan, which is also a pretty good decision. Black should be able to pick that one up really with relative ease. Second incarnation of Roshan, and that is going to mean no cheese quite yet. However, Fnatic, they still want to fight this without the Global Silence. If they take this fight, I'm not sure if this is going to go well for them, because, oh, already one of them getting zapped because of that Purge Blade. So these Book Illusions are going to be free gold for Black, and Era, he's going to kill off the Phantom Lancer Illusions without taking too much damage. Black going to return to that Roshan pit after regenerating a little bit of health from that killing of the Necrobook unit. Era going to get an open wound onto Black, however, instantly Mantis splitting that out, and Veda, unfortunately getting silenced. He cannot cast a split. Going to try once again with the Magic Stick. but it won't be enough. Silencer is going to kill off the Brewmaster. However, he's going to buy straight back into this Hani. Going to get a little bit closer to Black, open up with the Vendetta. No Tail going to heal Hani back up. The Familiars are going to stop, make a pretty decent wall. But everyone from Mouz, they cannot fight anymore. Mira going to get lassoed back. Black doing as much damage as he can to the Lifestealer Purge Blade. Once again, are they going to be able to bring down this Lifestealer? It's going to be incredibly close. He's going to infest once again. He's going to get out of there just fine. The split has happened, and Trixie can teleport away. He's looking for a Cyclone, looking for anyone. Blink forward from Kochiko, but a Force Staff forward from No Tail. He's going to survive as well. Fire Aspect on the chase, but that's not going to be doing much good at all. And in the end, they pick off the Brewmaster because of very, very quick fingers, this time from Fly. Wait. No Tail, okay. He was almost dying. He did get out alive. And Lifestealer picking off Visage. Lifestealer still in the enemy base with Hani. He invested in. Barely managed to escape focus from Black, who essentially wasted all that time because he didn't even get the kill on the Lifestealer. Fnatic, yeah, it was really, really all Fly. Blink Clap was incredibly greedy from Veda, and there's the GG call. Mouz have had enough. They're going to give this series up to Fnatic 2-0. Fnatic showing some very, very impressive play with the Silencer pick as well. Barn Phantom Lancer or not, there's certain obstacles that you simply cannot overcome. Mouz Sports, they're going to lose the set to Fnatic, bringing them to a 1-3 score in this tournament, bringing Fnatic to a 3-1 score. Of course, if that is all assuming that the Wikipedia is correct, which I'm assuming it is, because who would put wrong information up there? That would be just a barbaric thing to do. But thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this cast, like, subscribe, tell your friends, all that good stuff. Also, if you have any content requests, I will be happy to try and fulfill them, although if it takes too much video editing, then I'm just not going to do it, because I can't video edit for crap. If you didn't enjoy this, let me know what I did wrong and how I could better deliver content to you guys in the future. That's going to be it for me, guys. Fnatic take it 2-0 over Mouz Sports. GG.